It is a special day here in the 207 kitchen at Main Studios because I've got two people with me that are going to make magic in the kitchen today. We have Chef Kerry Altiero, who used to own Cafe Miranda in Rockland. We've got Bill Gerencer here, who has basically done every single job in the fishing industry. And when these two come together, the food is just amazing. So thanks for coming in today. It's good to see you guys.
Well, thank you for having us.
What are we going to make today?
Well, we got this pan. It's really hot. It seems to be smoking. We should do something with that.
Yes, we should.
We're going to do
Bill,
fire-killed mussels. These mussels come from Maine. They're raft cultured. Raft culture is a very special way to raise mussels. It results in much bigger meats.
Yep.
They're done up in Blue Hill Bay, Maine, and as you know, these are not your usual black mussels.
No.
They're golden.
Golden.
And the farmer actually kept some of the golden mussels because you get a few with every 1,000 or so, and that. Sorry.
We're steaming here already.
Yeah.
It's okay, man. It's okay, man. We're still here.
Okay, so we've got them in the pan, though.
Yeah, we got a little olive oil in there now.
Yep.
And then we're going to crank these babies up to the maximum. And a big deal that Bill says with this one is fire killed. So guess what's next?
Okay.
Okay.
Fire!
Light her up.
Okay, we need a little more hot. We need more hot.
So when I do it, I'll put the oil in first, then the mussels after the oil gets hot, and you get flame immediately.
I've been corrected out there in TV land, so I'll take the punishment later.
I'm just taking a step back. I'm waiting for the flames.
We're with a guy who loves to burn stuff, so I would use your torch to get that going.
Come on, I want this burner to be hotter. I mean, we might have to do a gratuitous flame on another burner. All right, let's go somewhere over here. So one of the things we're doing here is we're essentially sauteing them in a little bit of oil, and then you reduce the nice liquid that comes out of them, which is all briny and delicious.
Yep.
And then we'll get all that flavor right out of the pan at one point or another, and stick it right in this bowl, and then it goes right in the hatch.
And the fire gives it a nice smoky flavor.
Yep.
There you go, Joe.
Amazing.
Gratuitous flames have happened. So now what's happening to these is that when Bill was talking to you about these, a lot of mussels that are wild mussels, that there's not a lot of meat in each shell. But when you start looking at these
are huge.
I mean, look at the size of that. There's a camera up there.
There is. Yeah,
okay, so we're up there.
So the mussel actually, the meat actually, when they're alive, adheres to the outside, inside of the shell.
Yep.
Well, when they start to cook, the meat pulls together and makes that little walnut-shaped thing that's in there.
Okay, so all we've used so far is oil. Now, what are we throwing in now?
I don't know, some white stuff.
Some meat, so we got some garlic.
Oh, garlic,
parsley,
that's what it is.
And a little bit of lemon.
Smell it? Okay, so we're going to do some garlic, and then we're going to do a little bit of white wine.
Okay.
And then in most dishes, and particularly in the simple seafood dishes, we want to have a little bit of acid and a little bit of fat, and guess what might happen here? Hold on. Nope, not hot enough, but we'll try that on the next one.
I would put the lemon and the parsley in right now. A couple of squeezes.
We're going to squeeze, or is that squoze the past term? Is that
Why not?
Why not? And then we're going to add this.
A little parsley, then give it a couple of tosses, and then we'll cover it for just a short period of time.
Oh, wow.
Saute, 2 jump.
Okay, now put it right on the heat.
Cover that up.
Leave it there for about 30 or 40 seconds.
Now we're going to go away
and
have a
they'll be
couple
done.
Glasses of wine. Oh, no, wait, this is going to be so quick.
Only 40 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
40
mussels,
seconds.
You don't need confidence to cook fish. Cooking fish gives you confidence. The hard part is getting the right fish.
Okay.
So this is the right fish. These kind of mussels raise this way.
Yep.
Once you get them in your kitchen, they're so easy to cook.
And it's so simple.
They're pretty much done there. You can plate them up, and then
You see how long that took? That took like no time and little effort.
And I like to deglaze the pan with basically bread and oil.
Okay.
So you plate these
Go
up.
ahead. And then I think
Put that back on the heat.
Let's make some bread.
Put a little bit of oil in there, and then we'll toast this bread on the oil and serve it with the mussels.
And it's going to take the flavor that's residual in the pan, a little bit of seafood, a little bit of garlic.
Yeah.
And what's nice about the mussels from Maine is that the water gets changed 8 feet or more, and Bill's going to correct me on this, but every day it gets this huge change of water, and you have all the food going into them, the plankton that they eat that are so thick. And then you also have the freshness of that. And that's why I love the Maine oysters, too, because they're briny and delicious. And I'm not going to say anything about those Louisiana ones because I don't want the grief.
We'll focus on Maine.
I'm not Maine.
Maine is home of some of the best shellfish on the planet. And we absolutely love it. The mussels are raised special. The oysters are special. We call it miroir. And the French coined the term terroir for wine. And where it's grown, where that grape is grown, makes a huge difference. And the same thing with seafood. Where a mussel grows, where an oyster grows, makes a huge difference.
Or your
Yep.
kids.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
It makes sense
right.
for you, Kerry. So the bread, the bread is now ready.
The bread is ready.
So
Bread
we'll
is
plate
ready, and
that
we're putting that on the
with
side
the
there.
mussels.
By the magic of television, we got this bread ready in record time.
Look at that.
And there it is.
And
Ta-da!
there's your mussels.
And this is it. And
Yep.
you were telling us too, this recipe is in your book.
This recipe's in the book. It's under the term fire-killed mussels, and it's in the chapter called My Favorite Fins.
And the book is Working Waterfront. Awesome.
And these will be available online on your site
Yes, we
today,
will
the same
have
recipes.
the recipe, ingredients, all of that, although it's pretty simple. Right on the 207 section of our website and app, so you can make it for yourself. I'm going to dig in because this looks amazing.
Get out of the way, lady.
Stay
I'm
with
getting
us.
there first.
We'll be right back.